Hello guys, so after the completion of the necrosis, today we are going to deal with the most important topic of this chapter, that is apoptosis. Apoptosis in a pathological way, it is programmed cell death. It is programmed cell death, but literally apoptosis means falling off. This will prove in the end of the video, but remember, the programmed cell death, it is caspase dependent. So apoptosis is caspase dependent programmed cell death. Note that apoptosis is not associated with the inflammation. Note this point. Apoptosis is not associated with the inflammation. So before starting, let's do a quick difference between the apoptosis and the necrosis. So apoptosis is the apoptosis and necrosis. The first and the foremost difference, that is, inflammation is negative in case of apoptosis, whereas it is positive in case of the necrosis. Apoptosis is an active process, so it uses the ATP. So necrosis is not an active process, so it does not want the ATP. Next is the classification. Apoptosis can be of two types, that is physiological and second one is the pathological, whereas necrosis is only pathological. Let's have an example for the physiological and the pathological apoptosis. So physiological apoptosis we can say embryogenesis or the organogenesis. For example, the formation of the fingers from the globe of the tissue mass. So the space between the fingers that is formed is due to the apoptosis. Now the example of the pathological apoptosis, that is very much important. Remember, viral hepatitis. In viral hepatitis, Councilman bodies are found. Note this point. Councilman bodies are found in case of the viral hepatitis. Councilman bodies are nothing but they are the apoptotic bodies. The other example for the pathological apoptosis, that is most common, we know that chemotherapy. As we know that chemotherapy is used to kill the cancer cell. So remember, chemotherapy is a combination of two, that is apoptosis plus necrosis, but the most common, that is apoptosis. So we can say that 70 to 30 ratio or 80 to 20 ratio. So these were the few examples, so you can know that what we are going to deal today. So let's now understand about the caspase. As we discussed, the apoptosis is a caspase dependent programmed cell death. So let's first split the term caspase. So let's first split the term caspase. So CASP and ACE. So from ACE we can say that it is related to the enzyme. C stands for the cysteine residue. and ASP stands for the cleaving after aspartic acid residue. So many students ask me that how caspase know where to cleave the molecule and where to cleave the molecule. So remember caspase is an enzyme that cleaves after the aspartic acid residue. So note this point, caspase is an enzyme that cleaves only after the aspartic acid residue, none other than that. Now let's have a classification of the caspase enzyme. It is caspase. Caspase can be of two types, that is initiator and the executor. So there are some of the numbers that you have to mug up, that is initiator are 8, 9 and 10 and executors are the 3, 6, 7. Note that 8 is not involved in human apoptosis, whereas the third number caspase in the executor, it is the most important. So remember these two for the one liner. Now let's proceed towards the mechanism of the apoptosis. So apoptosis mechanism. So apoptosis mechanism is also divided into two, that is initiation and execution. Initiation is further classified into two, that is extrinsic pathway and the intrinsic pathway. Remember, extrinsic pathway is also known as the death receptor pathway, and intrinsic pathway is also known as the mitochondrial pathway. Note this point, important for the one liner. Extrinsic pathway is also called as the death receptor pathway and intrinsic pathway is also called as the mitochondrial pathway. So the caspase which will be the involved in the initiation, we know that initiator are 8, 9 and 10 and executors are the 3, 6 and 7. So how we know that extrinsic pathway or the intrinsic pathway which will give 8, 9 or 10? So easy mnemonic, remember easy mnemonic, extrinsic pathway has first two letters, that is E and X. From E we can denote 8 and from X, that is a Roman number, that is 10. So remember 8 and 10 number caspase will come from the extrinsic pathway and the remaining one, that is caspase number 9, which will come from the intrinsic pathway of the initiation stage. So now let's discuss about the first stage of the apoptosis, that is initiation. In initiation we are going to learn first about the extrinsic pathway. So in extrinsic pathway, this is the apoptotic cell. Which has to die, and this is the T cell, that is the immune cell. So remember, apoptotic cell has the CD95 or the fast marker on their surface, whereas the T cell comes with the CD95 ligand or the Fas ligand on the surface. So this is T cell and this is the apoptotic cell. So whenever there will be the complex formation between the CD95 or the Fas and the CD95 ligand, so two more CD95 or the Fas marker will come over there and will form the trimerization. So after that the main molecule comes into the action, that is FAD, which forms the complex with the CD95 marker and the CD95 ligand and converts procaspase 8 and 10 into the active caspase 8 and 10. What is FAD molecule? FAD molecule is nothing but it is the adapter protein which forms the complex with the Fas ligand and the Fas marker. So FAD means Fas associated death domain. Remember, FAD molecule means Fas associated death domain. So there is a competitor which will not let happen the procaspase 8 or 10 conversion into the caspase 8 and 10, that is the flip molecule. It is the flip molecule. So remember few questions or the one-liner associated with the flip molecule. Question number 1, that flip molecule is anti-apoptotic molecule. Anti-apoptotic molecule. And question number 2, remember flip molecule is only found in case of the extrinsic pathway. So note this point, important for the one-liner, that flip molecule is an anti-apoptotic molecule which is found in case of the extrinsic pathway. So after the extrinsic pathway, let's move on to the intrinsic pathway. So what is intrinsic pathway? So intrinsic pathway or the mitochondrial pathway. Remember, this is the cell which is apoptotic cell which has to die. Assume that it is radiated with the UV light. So there are some stress receptors present inside our body which are constantly watching about the stress for our body. So stress receptors belongs to the BH3 family. Remember, stress receptor belongs to the BH3 family. Some of the stress receptors are, remember, BIM-BID bad, noxapoma. So these are some of the stress receptor which detect the stress. So whenever our body is radiated with the UV light, so the stress receptor will detect the stress, that they will assume that there is some of the stress, so they will signal to kill the cell. kill the cell. As the stress receptor know that if the apoptotic cell or the radiated cell lives in our body, so it will lead to the cancerous thing. So before that, kill the cell. So what it will do? It will increase the pro-apoptotic factors. Pro-apoptotic factors which will help in the apoptosis, and it will decrease anti-apoptotic factors. So let's have a look about the pro-apoptotic factor. That is, remember PS3, BAX and BCLXS. These are the some of the pro-apoptotic factor. Now anti-apoptotic factors, that is BCL2, most important, then MCL1, and last one, that is BCLXL. So don't confuse between the BCLXS and BCLXL. There is a easy mnemonic to remember. Just remember letter L for the anti-apoptotic factor. You can see in BCL2 there is L, in MCL there is L, and BCL which type? XL type. So whenever you get confused in the time of the exam, just remember the anti-apoptotic factor is remembered with the letter L. So they are the anti-cell. And one more collateral question regarding this topic, that is glucocorticoids are pro-apoptotic factor, whereas sex corticoids are anti-apoptotic factor. So one more important collateral question. So question number 1, important collateral question, that is, remember BCL2 protects the memory B cell from getting killed. So BCL2 will not let memory B cell get killed. Remember BCL2 is regulated by the NGF, that is nerve growth factor. So the collateral question number 2, that is MCL1, that is associated with the chemo resistance. As we know that in cancer therapy we kill the cancer cell, but MCL1 will protect the cancer cell. It will not let cancer cell die. So cancer cell death is stopped by the MCL1. So these were the few collateral questions which are important regarding this topic. Now let's move on further. That is, whenever stress receptor gives the signal to increase the pro-apoptotic factor and decrease anti-apoptotic factor, so these two signals the mitochondria, which will continue the further process. So what will happen when there is stress on the surface of the cell? Stress receptor gives the signal to the mitochondria, so the back and the Bax channel will get open, and mitochondria will release SMAC or the Diablo. Remember, SMAC and the Diablo are the pro-apoptotic factor. Pro-apoptotic factor. There is a tongue twister related to the SMAC Diablo. What is SMAC Diablo? SMAC Diablo is nothing but these are the inhibitors of apoptosis. So I said that this is something that is tongue twisting, that it is inhibitors of the apoptosis. So we know that what are the inhibitors of the apoptosis, that BCL2, MCL1 or BCL-XL. So these are the anti-apoptotic factor which are inhibited by the SMAC or the Diablo. So in other words, I can say that it promotes the apoptosis. So SMAC and the Diablo are the inhibitors of the apoptosis which promotes the apoptosis. The main thing which is leaked out from the mitochondria, that is cytochrome C. Later on, cytochrome C will get combined with the APAP1. What is APAP1? It is apoptosis activating factor. It is apoptosis activating factor. So whenever there is the complex formation between the cytochrome C and APAP1, it is called as apoptosome, which has wheel-like hexamen. So I remember that one more important cell of our body that has cartwheel chromatin, that is none other than the plasma cell. So note, these are also associated with this apoptosome. So what's the main work of the apoptosome? Apoptosome helps conversion of procaspase 9 into the activated caspase 9, help of the apoptosome. So let's recap the intrinsic pathway. So remember, when the body is radiated with the UV radiation, so there are certain stress receptor which will detect the stress and signal to increase the pro-apoptotic factor and decrease the anti-apoptotic factors, which will signal the mitochondria to release SMAC and the Diablo, which are inhibitors of the apoptosis, and another molecule, that is cytochrome C, which will form the complex with the APAP1, that is apoptosis activating factor. The complex form is called as the apoptosome, which will let procaspase 9 conversion into the caspase 9. So initiation is done, so it will progress toward the execution. So let's recap each and everything with the pictorial representation. So we can see in the picture the extrinsic pathway. This is the extrinsic pathway. We can see here these are the fast marker or the CD95 marker. on the apoptotic cell, this is apoptotic cell, and the above one, this is the T cell. Here there is Fas ligand or the CD95 ligand, which forms the trimerization. You can see the trimerization of the Fas marker and the Fas ligand, where the Fad molecule will form the complex Vinofad, that is Fas associated death domain, which leads the conversion of the procaspase 8 to the active caspase 8. So it will proceed toward the apoptosis. In second picture, we can see the intrinsic pathway. In second picture, the first picture represents the viable cell or the normal cell. This is growth factor. There is anti-apoptotic protein formation, and now there is no leaking of the channel. But in case of the apoptosis, whenever there is the irradiation on the surface of the cell, so stress receptor detects the stress, they activate the sensor such as BAC or BAX. Then what they do? They activate the BAX or the BAC channel. Due to that, leakage of the cytochrome occurs from the mitochondria, which forms the apoptosome, which leads to the apoptosis. So this was all about the initiation stage of the apoptosis.